A question or two, if I may. I don't understand this concept of the neighborhood centers. What's he actually talking about there? What is that going to be?
A neighborhood center.
Yes.
So Vince, can you address what a neighborhood center will be?
Sure. As you can see here on the slide that's up right now, some of those circular areas right now already have commercial development. You know, where the school is, where the grocery store is. Make sure that you continue to emphasize those areas, properly design again the wayfinding signs, the street furniture, those kind of things, so that that becomes a focal point. Everybody knows where that's at, and it's not just kind of scattershot spread along the corridor.
Okay, so you're not talking about buildings that are places where neighbors can
No,
get.
we're trying to
You're talking
take
about retail
advantage.
locations.
No.
Take advantage of the existing architecture and encourage that as a node. So you have a residential area, a node, residential area, a node, and that's a specific design intent to do
I'm
that.
not familiar with that terminology.
Yeah, that's what it means.
You're not reinventing the wheel.
No, sir. No, we just thought we'd take advantage of what's already there, which in some cases is pretty exciting.
And when we talk about the locating educational opportunities in the downtown area, has this actually been discussed with the universities? Do they show any interest in that?
Yes, we've had ongoing discussions with the university about what this could mean for them. And as Vince said, they're going to meet again Thursday, talk again Thursday with NRC.
I think you need to keep that dialogue going.
Yes, sir, we agree. That's why it's ongoing. That's why we haven't just stopped that dialogue. We think it's going to be, in fact, and when we get into the implementation phase of this in a couple of months, that would be a very important thing if this is one of the strategies you want to go forward with, is to keep them involved in this. All right, green networks. Darren Scott's going to take us through. You have a very limited scope for us in the master plan because you've already done a trails plan. Our biggest job we're charged with is to try to prioritize this so it fits in with everything else that we're doing and gives a logical way to take this forward. So Darren, if you spend a few minutes on running through your slides.
All right, good evening, everyone. Like Carl said, basically what we have done is looked at your 2009 Trail Master Plan and try to prioritize what areas we think align with our other big ideas, and then some of the street improvements that you have planned, and kind of see how they line up. Essentially, the overall plan for the master plan was for 89 miles of trails and to have a trail within a half mile of all residents, which is a good goal. And ultimately, that should be the final plan, but we've kind of broken it down into some smaller areas that you could kind of bite-sized pieces. You can go to the next slide. We had 4 different initiatives that we thought were important. The first one was to provide greater opportunities for pedestrians and bicycles to schools, parks, and businesses. So when we looked at what areas we felt would make the greatest impact, we took that into account. On initiative number 2, we also looked at where it was in the city as far as near housing, and was it easily accessible where you'd have to drive to get to a trail. There would be a trail close enough that you could either walk or bike. And then the third initiative is to protect your natural resources, your creeks, floodplains, trying to use those as amenity instead of developing and changing those up. And then also, how do you promote the trail system in your local economy and use it as an asset, as a selling point for people coming in? Go to the next slide. Initiative 1, again, like I said, we wanted to prioritize what trails will connect to the schools, parks, and businesses first. We also feel it's important that all new streetscapes or roadway improvements, where possible, that the trails be added to those. And then also in all new developments, obviously new sidewalks, and then if there's an opportunity to connect to the trail system, that would be implemented as well. And then just more improvements, crosswalks, ADA accessible route across intersections was also a priority. The next thing was easily accessible, like I said, to allow citizens close access to the trails. We felt that was important, so we tried to prioritize different areas of town. You have your south trail now that they can be utilized, but how do we get other trails in other parts of town? We felt it was important to be able to accommodate a large number of users. If you have your trails that are on the street, they accommodate biking, but they don't accommodate walkers and the joggers and all the other people that use it. So how can we create a trail that gives the biggest impact to a variety of users? And then also, another recommendation would be to not only build a trail, but also provide, through landscaping, other amenities, shade and recreational fitness, exercise stations, that kind of thing, and restroom facilities along the trail to further enhance the experience along the trail. Protecting the natural resources we feel, you have some drainage ways through the city that can be utilized, that a park or a trail are great ways to use those spaces. So we feel that utilizing those with the trail system works well, and then also enhancing them through additional tree planting would be important. And then on recommendation number 2, I think educating people that trails are good and they can increase the property value is important. I know a lot of times private property owners are hesitant to have a trail behind their house because they think it brings in things that aren't good, but just the educational process to teach them that it is a good thing and that it is utilized and it can be an asset to a development or a residential area is important. And then also, the third recommendation is to provide developers incentives to protect the natural resources instead of clearing everything out and starting with a blank slate. How do we encourage them to use those natural resources and use it as an amenity and further enhance the trail system? And the fourth initiative is how do you promote the trails more than anything? Recommendation 1 is when you're selling your city, sell them that you have X number of miles of trails, parks, that kind of thing. That's a good way to recruit residents and businesses to your town. Have activities along the trails or events that promote the trail system so that people know it's there and will use it more. Like recommendation number 3, hosting club events. Again, just promoting the trail and having people know that it is there and it is an amenity. Next slide. These next series of slides basically show you what you have now and then kind of what our priorities will be. Right now, you have your trail in the southern part of the town, is the existing trail, and we want to try to figure out ways to get into other areas. If you go to the next slide, we have shown where there's proposed street improvements on Willow and then also on Cleveland, which when those improvements are made, it would be a good time to go ahead and put those on-street or street linkages. We'll talk a little bit more about on-street versus off-street in a minute, but go ahead and get those put in place. And you go to the next slide. And then priority 1 trail in the red, we show what we feel would give the biggest impact to get more trails in various parts of the town. We have the Southern Trail that connects up to the downtown. We feel like that's very important to bring the trail into downtown, and then also goes along to the creative, Eastside Creative Hub idea, get the trail east through the eastern part of town and over to the university, and also connect a lot of people on the east side to downtown and then also to the Southern Trail as well. Over on the northwest side, we wanted to try to expand the additional street improvements, and some of this will go hand in hand with our transportation recommendations, where you would do those additional street linkage trails, and then also pretty much any part, or at least a certain segment of the city, by using the trail system. Again, getting the northern part of the trail back down to the downtown area would be important, and then also continuing to connect the Quill Quad Trail down to the Railroad Pass Trail across the area. So it kind of creates that additional loop. And then also we've identified some places where we build gateways. And of course, you've done a good job with your existing gateway on Van Buren, on South Van Buren. If that again promotes your trail, and you have it identifies that it is a trail, and that's a good way to promote the trail system. And we've identified 3 other places we feel would be a good place for those. Go to the next slide. We talked a little bit about the different types of trails, and what we've come up with, a complete street, I think in the urban core would look different than what would be out in the suburban areas. The urban core, we feel like bike lanes on the street makes a lot of sense when you have your parking, parking on the side, a little slower speed. But in your more suburban areas, we feel that getting the trail users or the bikers and even the walkers off the street by using a 10-foot wide minimum trail on the side works better. I know there will be some right-of-way issues that have to be looked at, but that's a good way to get a variety of users that are able to use the trail instead of creating a bike lane, which only bikers are able to use. So we've had kind of 2 different types of trails that we would see in different areas of town. Go to the next slide. And then this final slide just shows basically your off-street trail system with 10 to 14 foot wide. That's what you've been installing now, and then continuing your gateways are really important to continue to promote your trail. That's what I have. Thank you.
Any questions for Darren? Quick one. I know we're running short on time.
Just a real quick one. Was there any discussion, I didn't see any of the trails heading down towards Vance. Was there any discussion to get a leg down that way?
There's been a lot of discussion in Park Board. We want to get there.
Okay.
But it, just within spitting distance almost now, I'm going to get a bridge across the pond, but we've been talking about that in Park Board. Matt Davis, our Park Board chair, that's one of his pet projects for one of these days is to get bridge across Meadow Lake, and then from there, it's like 3 property owners, and we're at your first gate. I mean, it's a really doable thing. Do you have a lot of folks who use our trails now?
A lot of folks that will train for 5Ks or half marathons will
Sure.
run out there and go back and forth on the trail a little bit. I can't promise you how much it would be used, but I've had people ask me about it.
Great, appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll go on to model neighborhoods quickly. Zach, you want to take us through some of the things on the model neighborhood, please?
Sure, thank you. So model neighborhoods is about increasing the quality of new and existing neighborhoods. And the 5 initiatives are A, making sure that there's a diversity of housing choices. So more multifamily, for example. Initiative 2 is about increasing connectivity. That's both about making sure that streets connect and they have facilities for everybody from walking to biking to cars. Initiative 3 is about encouraging amenity-rich neighborhood centers, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. Strategic Initiative 4 is about coordinating development, infrastructure, and services. So that's more the process for building new neighborhoods. And number 5 is about stabilizing and enhancing the